your neurons don't need to use glucose. And you can do that. So your neurons can use glucose as energy, but it takes energy to use that glucose to make energy. When you use the ketone, the beta-hydroxybutyrate, it takes less energy to make that energy. So it's energetically favorable to actually use that ketone, that beta-hydroxybutyrate. On top of that, this is what's so interesting, it frees up glucose. So the neurons aren't using the glucose. Where does the glucose go, right? Because it's there. It sort of shunts it into this other pathway that's called the pentose phosphate pathway. I don't want to, burden people with all those technical details, but let's get to the important part of that is that it shunts glucose into this pathway that makes, essentially it's precursors that make what's called glutathione, the major antioxidant in the brain. And so you're making more glutathione day after day after day. That is huge because oxidation in the brain, inflammation, this is a huge cause of brain aging and Alzheimer's disease, dementia. We now know neuroinflammation is one of the major causes of it. And so if you have more glutathione in your brain, you're going to basically sequester that damage that's causing, that's aging the brain, essentially. And so the glucose now is not being used for energy. It's being used to make an antioxidant in the brain. Okay, that's also really cool. And there's more. Okay, so then the beta-hydroxybutyrate itself is a signaling molecule like lactate.
The ketone.
The ketone itself is a signaling molecule where it's basically, it's a little bit of a stressed state, right? So when you're in ketosis, you're stressing the body. It's either exercise or you're fasting or you're on this ketogenic diet.